It is Inauguration Day for President Barack Obama as he is sworn in for his second term in the White House. The president set an optimistic tone as he took the oath of office and spoke to a divided nation. In his speech, he asked lawmakers to find common ground when able and previewed his goals for the next 4 years, including comprehensive immigration reform, stricter gun control laws, and an end to the war in Afghanistan.
To the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Justice. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetie. Hey.
The president was officially sworn in yesterday afternoon, keeping with the Constitution's order that presidents begin their new term January 20th. Historically, inaugural ceremonies are not held Sundays, pushing the celebration to today, the birthday of late civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. Good evening, I'm Courtney Oliver.
And I'm Matthew Nies. Welcome to the James River Valley Report. It is a day of history as our nation celebrates the re-election of its first African-American president, as well as the birthday of the man who had a dream. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born in 1929 and died in 1968 while pushing the country to end racism and segregation. Memorials are being held from coast to coast in honor of the civil rights leader. The Jamestown College Convocation Committee is hosting Minneapolis Mixed Blood Theater's performance of Dr. King's Dream. It is at 7 p.m. tomorrow night in the Voorhees Chapel on the campus of the college. Admission is free and open to the public. Dr. Tim Bratton of the Jamestown College History Department is excited to have this performance brought to campus.
Warren C. Bowles has performed this role for many years. It's literally a role to die for, and he almost did. He had a heart attack on stage performing it last year, and the audience didn't react initially because they thought it was King just assassinated, and then they realized he was in serious pain.
The trial of a man accused for killing the mother of his child and 3 others in Minot 2 years ago is scheduled to begin Wednesday. 28-year-old Omar Mohammed Kalmio is accused of killing 19-year-old Sabrina Zephyr, along with her brother, 13-year-old Dylan Zephyr, mother, 38-year-old Jolene Zephyr, and her boyfriend, 22-year-old Jeremy Longy. Kalmio has pleaded not guilty to murder in each of the deaths. The Buffalo City Tourism Foundation here in Jamestown has a new executive director. Cyril Swedlin took over the position today as he replaced Nina Snyder, who retired after 9 years. Swedlin says the biggest challenge will be to get people to look beyond their preconceived notions about North Dakota. He hopes a new foundation website will make it easier for people around the country to understand what Jamestown and the state have to offer.
North Dakota officials have raised the 2012 death toll on the state's roads to 170. That is the most people killed in traffic accidents in the state since 1978, when the toll was 185. According to census officials, North Dakota has more people than ever, totaling nearly 700,000. The added population and the oil boom in the western part of the state have driven up the number of vehicle miles traveled to a record 9 billion, according to the Department of Travel. Mark Nelson, safety director for the Department of Transportation, says most accidents have been due to behavior issues such as driving under the influence or not wearing a seatbelt. And looking to weather, it's absolutely freezing outside today as wind chills bring the temp to very negative digits. Jessica Gulseth is in after the break to give us more details about this frigid week when we come back.
Learning how to kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
North Dakota's 63rd legislative session is entering its 3rd week, and lawmakers are considering weighty issues like taxes, guns, oil, and abortion. Republican Scott Lauser proposed a bill that would give North Dakotans a break from paying state income tax this year and next. Also being considered, abortions for sex selection or genetic abnormalities would be prohibited, and whether people with concealed carry permits will be allowed to have guns in churches and schools. The 15-year-old New Mexico boy accused of fatally shooting his parents and 3 younger siblings remained in custody today on 2 counts of murder and 3 counts of child abuse resulting in death. Nehemiah Griego was arrested following the shooting Saturday at a home southwest of Albuquerque where he lived with his family. Investigators found several guns believed to be used in the shootings, including one described as a semi-automatic assault-type rifle. The owner of the weapons is unknown. The teen is expected to make his first appearance in court tomorrow. Taliban suicide bombers carried out a bold attack in the capital of Afghanistan today. It's the second in less than a week and a sign that rebels are determined to keep fighting despite peace from the U.S. and Afghan government. The 9-hour assault was on the traffic police headquarters in Kabul, beginning with 2 bombers blowing themselves up at the gates. 3 heavily armed militants then stormed the compound. 90 minutes later, a car packed with explosives blew up near the area. 3 policemen were killed while 4 traffic policemen and 10 civilians were wounded. 3 U.S. citizens have been killed in the hostage standoff at a natural gas complex in Algeria. According to the Obama administration, 7 Americans made it out safely. The desert siege began last Wednesday when al-Qaeda-linked militants tried to hijack 2 buses at the plant and then seize the gas refinery. Those who attacked the gas field in the Sahara offered to release 2 of the Americans for the freedom of 2 prominent terrorist suspects jailed in the United States. The Obama administration rejected the offer. Algeria says 38 hostages of all nationalities and 29 militants died in the standoff. 5 foreign workers remain unaccounted for. Looking at weather, we're here with Jessica Gulseth. Well, Jessica, it's bitter cold outside. Is there hope for a warm-up anytime soon?
This weekend, we will see some positive temperatures, but it's not going to be warm enough to be wearing shorts.
Way too cold.
I did see someone this week wearing shorts. So you need to be wearing thick gloves. You can't buy the thin ones, that are just kind of like hand knitted, and you need big scarves and heavy coats to protect yourselves from the wind. This wind this week is going to be heavy.
And definitely long pants too.
Long pants, yes. Tonight, if you have a heated blanket, buy another one. We're looking at temperatures of -18. Let me say that again. -18, and that does not include the wind chill, which could make it feel as low as -30 degrees. Tuesday, a 30% chance of snow, mostly cloudy with a high near 8. Don't expect anything less for the night, as we will once again see cold temperatures for the night. -5 with wind chill values of -20 degrees. Thankfully, Wednesday we will be getting a little break from the wind and we'll see a high of 3 degrees. Wednesday night, temperatures will drop along with the snow. Expect a low around -8 degrees and some snow that will carry into Thursday morning on through until late Thursday evening and possibly early Friday morning. Prepare again for a low well below 0. Friday the snow will come to a halt and the sun will shine, but not bright enough though, as we still see temperatures below 0. Dress warm, a high of -1 and a low of -11. This weekend will be a little warmer than the week. We'll see temperatures rise above 0 to 17 degrees for Saturday and 22 degrees for Sunday. So like I said, you need to be prepared because this week is going to be crazy cold.
Well, those positive temperatures really help rather than the negative ones, that's for sure.
I suppose.
All right, well, thanks, Jessica. And when we come back, Josh Knutson has sports and which teams are headed to the Super Bowl, as well as an update on the Jamestown Jimmies. Matthew Nies will also tell us where you can chase the Mavericks after the break.
Mom, can I have $1? I think my purse is upstairs on the bed. It's not here. Check the dining room. No, the upstairs closet.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
It was an exciting weekend in the National Football League and a sad one in Major League Baseball. Josh Knutson is here to tell us more. Josh, I understand it'll be the Har Bowl for the Super Bowl and spring is in the air?
That's right, Matt. There might be a little sibling rivalry in the Super Bowl this year. And while Jessica told us how cold it is, there are only 23 days left until the first day of spring. Spring training, that is. Major League Baseball pitchers and catchers report to camp starting February 12th. So, fans, it won't be long. Some called him Mr. Consistency, or the perfect warrior, but to generations of fans, he was simply Stan the Man. The most beloved figure in St. Louis Cardinals baseball history, Hall of Famer Stan Musial died Saturday at age 92. From 1941 until his retirement in 1963, Musial earned 7 batting championships, hit 475 home runs, and amassed 3,630 hits, in a remarkable example of his consistency at the plate. Exactly half of those hits came on the road. After retiring in 1963, he became the 4th player in history elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in their first year of eligibility. So beloved by Cardinals fans he was that not one, but 2 statues of him stand outside Busch Stadium. Then Commissioner Ford Frick dedicated the first in 1963, saying, "Here stands baseball's perfect warrior. Here stands baseball's perfect knight." Perhaps a more fitting tribute for today's fans came in 2010 from Cardinal slugger Albert Pujols, who was sometimes called El Hombre by news writers. "I don't want to be called that," Pujols said. "There is one man that gets that respect. I know El Hombre is the man in Spanish, but he is the man." Stan Musial, dead at 92. The San Francisco 49ers returned to the Super Bowl for the first time since 1995, led by their quarterback Colin Kaepernick, after defeating the Atlanta Falcons 28-24. The 49ers overcame an early 17-0 deficit, and their come-from-behind win was the biggest comeback victory in an NFC Championship game. Kaepernick completed 16 of 21 passes for 233 yards. The 49ers' opponent in the Super Bowl will be the Baltimore Ravens. They're coached by John Harbaugh, who coincidentally is the brother to San Francisco's head coach, Jim Harbaugh. The Ravens claimed their victory over the New England Patriots with a score of 28-13. Baltimore's quarterback Joe Flacco threw for 240 yards with 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in Sunday's contest. The coaching brothers face off Sunday, February 3rd. On Saturday, the Jimmy's track and field team had their first athlete qualify for the NAIA National Indoor Track and Field Meet. Taylor Brown hit the qualifying mark in high jump and also had her new personal record of 5 foot 3 3/4 inches at the Northern State Invitational Meet in Aberdeen, South Dakota. The Jimmy women's basketball team kicked off the Dakota Tip-Off Classic tournament with a win Saturday night against Dakota State University. 11 players scored for the Jamestown Jimmies, including 5 players in double digits. The Jimmies won the game 97-72. In the championship game, the Jimmy women faced off against Mayville State University. Offense was a major factor as 10 Jimmies scored in 3 double figures. Bridget Schuneman led the Jimmies with 16, followed by Carly Jensen with 15 and Amber Ramlow with 12. Despite being up by only 3 points at halftime, Jamestown was able to pull away in the second half and beat the Comets 79-61. The Jamestown men's basketball team also played in the tournament over the weekend. The Jimmies were able to use a 10-1 run against Dakota State, sparked by a 3-pointer from Mark Hogue in the second half, to swing the momentum in their favor. The run was capped off by a field goal by Jared Sutherland with 4:08 left in the game, which brought the Jimmies to a 62-57 victory, bringing them into the championship game against Valley City State University. Hogue recorded a double-double for the Jimmies, finishing the game with 26 points and 11 rebounds. Devin Thomas finished with 18 points, and both helped Jamestown capture the win over the Vikings 69-66. And that wraps up quite a busy weekend and a successful weekend for the Jimmies this weekend.
Well, thank you, Josh. And I understand, to add a little more luster to their win last night, the Valley City State Vikings were ranked 18th.
That's right.
Going into last night's game.
It was a really big game for us to win that against a good VCSU team.
Well, very, very good. Congrats to the Jamestown College basketball team, and thank you, Josh, for bringing sports with us.
No problem.
Now we bring you to a spot where waves are 60 feet tall and register on the Richter scale. Half Moon Bay is the home to the Northern California Mavericks Invitational Surf Break. This year, waves reached 25 to 30 feet, and the competition drew in 14,000 spectators. Peter Mell of Santa Cruz, California, took home the crown and split the jackpot of $15,000 with 6 other surfers. The monstrous waves captured Hollywood's attention as the competition is being turned into a movie starring Gerard Butler entitled Chasing the Mavericks. And that's the James River Valley Report for this Monday, January 21st. For Courtney Oliver, Jessica Gulseth, and Josh Knutson, I'm Matthew Nies. Thank you for joining us. Good night.